Hi there, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Aussie Villain's World Tour, Episode 1. I'm just sitting here in the departure lounge waiting to see where in the world we're going to be starting our managerial career. Now, the way I've got this set up is we're starting off outside of Europe. So I just have the leagues outside of Europe turned on right now. So I'm thinking Asia, South America, maybe a small South African team. That's where I'm thinking we're going to end up. Now, a few rules that we're going to try and abide by during this save. We're not going to be able to mess with the club setup. So if they have a director of football we have to work under, we're going to have to work under a director of football. Now, I'm anticipating this is going to be infuriating, and it's probably going to lead to us moving clubs more than once, just to get away from directors of football. But without any more rambling, let's go and have a look where in the world we could be ending up at. Let's go to the job center. Now, before we get to the jobs, we should have a look at our managerial profile, shouldn't we? Now, what we've done is we're a nobody. We're a nothing. We have no coaching badges. I think we're Sunday League football, whatever the lowest playing experience is. And you can see here our coaching attributes are essentially 0. I think I set up as a youth development as that sort of default situation. So yeah, there we go. It's over here. Sunday League footballer. English is my only language, but if you heard me speak, you would argue that English is a second language to me and my only language at that. Haven't done any press conferences, haven't spoken directly to any players. We are an absolute newbie on the scene. As I said, the coaching things, I set it up for youth development. I figure as a young coach making a name for himself, being able to bring up youth players, it's probably what we're going to rely on, isn't it? Because we're not going to have any reputation to sign any bigger name players. So that's our coaching profile. Let's go and have a look at the job center. There's a few jobs available there. Now, we are starting, you can see here, in June of 2018. So it's sort of the European summer, European off-season. So some of these leagues are going to be mid-season, which makes it a little bit more interesting in a way. I'd rather start fresh, but we'll come in halfway through if we have to. Now, Chilean First Division, we're not going to get that. Some Brazilian Third Division teams here, we might be a chance of those. Brazilian Second Division, even that I think is going to be out of our order. Argentinian Second Division, that could be an outside chance. We're not going to get MLS. We're not going to get Mexican Premier Liga. Is this Korean League? So they're second tier. Maybe we might, but even that I think we might be a little bit inexperienced for. Malaysian Super League. Now that's their top league. We're not going to get that, I wouldn't imagine. I will apply for that though. And now Indonesian League 2. That could be a goer for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply for all these jobs that we're a decent chance of, and then we'll come back and see what offers we have. Okay, so we have had some nibbles. Now, absolutely no luck from South America. Now, given that I'm Australian, we're in the Asian Confederation, it's not unsurprising, I don't think, that all the interest has come from the clubs in Asia. Now, we have 4 interviews here. We have I'm going to have to use these languages, aren't I? Selangor, which is the one of the Malaysian clubs. Kelantan, which is another Malaysian club. The Persiba, the Indonesian club, we're not going to go with that last name. And one of the South Korean clubs as well, Ansan Greeners. So I'm going to do these interviews, see where we end up. All these clubs excite me, I'll be honest. Let's see where we end up here. So we have our first transfer offer. It's, not transfer offer, it's a job offer, isn't it? Persiba, they've approached us. Now that's the Indonesian club, Indonesian bottom tier club. If we have a look here, let's go to their facilities and their general information. We can see that they're basically the bottom of the bottom in Indonesia, which is pretty low, isn't it, in terms of footballing stature. They've got a decent-sized stadium. Rent seems reasonable for a year. But decent-sized stadium, that means that there's a lot of room to grow there, isn't there? It's relatively new. It's owned by the council, which is a little bit of a problem. But 12,000 seats, that's going to get us a long way, I think. I would imagine you could get to the top flight in Indonesia without having to worry about upgrading that. A little bit of a worry, the training facilities, the youth coaching and recruitment is not bad. No data analyst facilities, which could be a small problem. There's a little bit of room to grow there. Now, I don't want to jump at this. The reason being they do have a director of football, which might make it a little bit more difficult for us. So what we're going to do, we're not going to say no. We're not going to finalise it. We're going to try and delay this. Give us a chance to see if anything else comes in. A part of me likes the idea of of starting at the bottom with a club in the Indonesian league and building them up. The problem with that is, as the director of football, and we don't want to be stuck in Indonesia for too many seasons, do we? We want to try and move on with our careers and push up to winning Asian Champions Leagues and going over to South America or North America or maybe South Africa and see what happens there. So we'll delay it for now. They've agreed to the delay, it looks like, which is perfect. So we've got a week for another club to get in touch. Thank you everybody for coming. Appreciate the support already I'm getting from the club. It's an absolute pleasure, greatest honour of my life to be announced as the new manager of Persiba Balikpapan. I'm really looking forward to getting started, get this club moving in the right direction. I understand that they had a relegation last season, and we're going to be looking to move up the leagues and at a great rate of knots. And I want to take a few questions. I'm sure you have some. Yeah, Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist. Why Persiba, mate? Persiba, they've always been close to my heart. As a young boy growing up in Sydney, always kept an eye out for their scores in the newspapers. I mean, you could say, in a way, that they are my boyhood club. Yeah. Was Persiba your first choice? Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was my first choice. As soon as I got the offer, I was really excited. Could not sign the contract quickly enough. So why the delay in accepting the offer? Should the fans be worried? No, absolutely not. Like I say, this is my boyhood club. I am really excited, and we are going to look to move up the leagues very, very, very quickly. The fans should be excited. They should not be worried. Yeah, me again, mate. What are you hoping to achieve this season? This season, well, we're going to go out with the mentality that we want to win every game. Now, if the players put in 100%, follow my instructions correctly, then I see no reason why we can't have a really successful season, even though we are already part of the way into the campaign. Yeah, finally, mate. Persiba does have a director of footy. Is that something that concerns you at all, mate? Oh, absolutely not. Why would a director of football concern me? I love a director of football. Who doesn't love a director of football? I'm really, really excited to be working under a director of football. So here we go, guys. It is with great pleasure and complete lack of options that we accept the manager role at Persiba Balikpapan. So we have a new club. Now let's get to this. Let's have a look at our club. Let's have a look at the players. Let's see what we're working with here. Let's go to selection info. Let's have a look here. So we have two goalkeepers. Okay. Indonesian and another Indonesian, it looks like, by the name. So we have two goalkeepers there. We have limited defenders, it looks like. Yeah, this is going to be exciting. This is going to have some interesting football being played. Fair to say we won't be playing tiki-taka. I think we can be assured of that. Pacey defender there. Don't hate that. Left back. Yep. Okay, so limited, I'm going to say. A little bit of creativity there. Yeah, so I'm scaring myself off here the longer we further. Yeah, that's not a bad winger. We could use that. We can use him. So it might be wingers. Got another decent winger there. So we're going to be playing a 4-3-3, it looks like, because we've got two very good wide players there. He looks decent as well. I've got to remember what level we're playing at here. Decent in the air, decent finishing. We could be using him as well. And what have we got here? Benny, decent striker. So that's not the worst. Now, if we're looking at under 23s here, we've got a really good central defender in there. So we're going to call Ari Ahmed up to the senior squad. And we've got a decent looking right winger as well. So we'll get those boys up. We'll see what the under 18s have. Nothing there whatsoever. So youth development isn't going to be a strong point for us. Yeah, this is going to be exciting. Now, we have, I think, already started the league season. Let's have a look at competitions here. Where are we standing? Not a bad start. 8 games in. We're only 4 points off top? Only, 5 points off relegation as well. But we've got a little bit to work with here. Indonesian Cup hasn't started yet. This is exciting. I'm happy with this. Okay, let's go and check out our new home ground, shall we? Let's go drop into Stadium Persiba. I'm assuming this is it. Where can we drop ourselves in here? Here we go. This is exciting, isn't it? Let's see what we have. Which way are we going here? It looks like a very tropical neighborhood. There's the pub for before the game, it looks like. And I'm assuming that wonderfully modern looking facility is our home ground. Bet you get some good street food in there. Let's go and have a look. Let's see, do a lap and see if we can see anything here. If you want some paint, looks like there's some paint for sale. I really want to try this street food. I can just imagine how delicious that is. There's a biker gang. We've got the local bikers, fans of the club as well. It's either our home ground or it's a maximum security prison. I'll be honest, I'm not sure which it is. The barbed wire around the top makes me wonder, but there's floodlights, so I'm thinking this is our home stadium, guys. Looks like about 12,000 seater, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, they go. Oh, catch with the bikers again. What does this sign here say? There it is there, Stadium Persiba. Not bad. Very, very let's say we could do with it maybe expanding the stadium, coat of paint. But otherwise, I mean, I think we've got the idea at this point, don't we? Yeah, there it is, boys. That is our new home. All right, let's have a quick look at the club finances. Now, we've got a little bit of cash in the bank. Now, given the state of our stadium, you'd think they could maybe, spring for a coat of paint. But the finances don't look too bad. We're going in the right direction there as well, which is good. A little bit of loss this season. What's the... let's have a look at wages. We need to see... what can we offer as wages? That doesn't seem too bad. $7.50 a week in this league. Projections. We're projected to keep going up. So that's not bad. It's all looking good on the finance side of things. We might even look at springing for some extra facilities if we can. Maybe some just basic, maybe a laptop so we can do data analysis. That would definitely be helpful. But guys, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We don't have to wait long to get into action because our first game at our wonderfully modern looking stadium is today in the game day. So I'm going to get everything set up here, have a quick meet and greet with the players, and we'll be back tomorrow for our first home game, and that can only go badly, can't it? But if you've enjoyed this, guys, please hit like. A bit of support for the new club. Let me know in the comments what you think. Did we make the right decision? Are we going to be able to work with the director of football? That's the big question here, isn't it? We're going to have to see how that goes. And if you are new, please do subscribe. Ring the bell so you see when I upload new videos, because this is going to be an exciting team. I said, let me know in the comments what you think of our new club. How far can we go? Can we get promoted in our first year here? I hope so. We'll see what we can do, though. We don't know what sort of opposition we're going to be up against. But I'm rambling on, guys. Until tomorrow, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.